Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone who is watching this. We are from Fornilam Group 2. Our group members is Nurmasyitah, Chelsea Ivy Joey, Mary Clare Jubilee, and Dexter Denis. Today we are going to present about subtopic 10.5 and 10.6. Hi, I am Nurmasyitah. Today I am going to present about 10.5. As we know, human blood is classified into A, B, AB, and O groups. Donation and transfusion of blood is based on the compatibility of blood group of the donor and the recipient. This is because the recipient has antibodies in the blood serum that can act against the antigen on red blood cell of the donor. Blood transfusion from a donor to a recipient must take into consideration the blood group type of the donor and the recipient. If the blood group of the both donor and receiver is not compatible, the red blood cell of the recipient will experience agglutination. Means, if the donor and the recipient don't have the same blood group and antigen, it will experience agglutination. So this is the blood group of human. This is antigen and antibody in blood groups. If in the blood group A, it has antigen A and antibody B. In blood group B, it has antigen B and antibody A. In blood group AB, it has antigen A and B and it has no antibody. In blood group O, it has no antigen and antibody A and antibody B. In the compatibility of blood donor group with the recipient, blood group A can donate blood to blood groups A and AB only, and it can receive blood from blood groups A and O only. In blood group B, can donate to blood groups B and AB only, and it can receive blood from blood groups B and O only. Blood group AB, it can donate blood to blood groups AB only and can receive blood from groups A, B, AB, and O. Blood group O, it can donate blood to blood groups A, B, AB, and O, and can receive blood from blood group O only. Now we are moving to the rhesus factor. What is rhesus factor? Rhesus factor, also known as RH factor, is another antigen found on the surface of red blood cell. The red blood cell of an individual with RH factor or antigen D are known as RH positive. If the blood of a RH positive donor mixes with the blood of RH negative recipient, the blood of the recipient will react by producing the rhesus antibody or anti-D antibody. When the recipient receives another doses of RH positive blood, the rhesus antibody will cause the agglutination of the donor blood cell. This could result on the death of the recipient.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I would like to present about 10.6 health issues related to the human circulatory system. So, these are the content in this subtopic. I will talk about the necessity for a healthy circulatory system, cardiovascular disease, and the explanation of 5 diseases. Part 1. The necessity for a healthy circulatory system. So, a healthy circulatory system is important to ensure optimum health. How do we ensure that our circulatory system is healthy? Among the practices for maintaining the circulatory system are a balanced intake of food that is low in fat and regular exercise. The practice of not smoking and not drinking alcoholic drinks also ensures a healthy circulatory system. Part 2. Cardiovascular disease. Do you know that cardiovascular disease are the leading cause of death in our country? Let's go. Cardiovascular disease include disease related to the heart and the blood circulatory system such as atherosclerosis, hypertension, stroke, arteriosclerosis, same as atherosclerosis, angina, myocardial infarction. Part 3. Explanation about the disease. So, in atherosclerosis, what is atherosclerosis? It's the formation and deposition of plaque on the artery walls. The plaque is formed from cholesterol, lipid, dead muscles, tissues, and coagulated platelets. The plaque will clog and narrow the lumen in blood vessel, as we can see the picture. So these are the plaque that form from cholesterol, lipid, and dead muscle tissue and coagulated platelets will stuck in our artery. So that makes the blood will not flow easily and it will block the blood flow to the heart and all part of our body. Second, hypertension. The restricted blood flow can cause hypertension, causes the fine arteries to break and the patient can suffer from stroke. If this happens in the brain, stroke also caused by blood clots, thrombus, that clog the flow of blood in the brain. So we can see these are the normal. So these are the plaque that form from cholesterol, lipid, and so on that makes the blood can flow easily. So this is arteriosclerosis. So atherosclerosis is the early stage of arteriosclerosis. So atherosclerosis is the first stage before the arteriosclerosis form. So we can see this in the artery will be narrowed by plaque that form from cholesterol, lipid, and so on, and make the blood will not flow easily. So it occurs when calcium is deposited on the plaque and cause the artery to become hard and lose its elasticity. Angina. So, if the lumen of coronary artery of the heart is narrow, the insufficient oxygen supply to the heart muscles can cause angina, severe chest pain. So, angina occur in our artery on the heart. So, yes, the plaque will build up and it is harder for blood to get through the artery. So it can cause heart attack and cause the blood flow back. Yes. Myocardial infarction. If the artery is completely clogged, myocardial infarction, heart attack will occur. So we can see if the blood in artery is flow back and the plaque is full in the artery, it will cause heart attack. So like dalam arteri, kalau plaque tu sudah besar banyak di arteri itu, dia menyekatkan pengedaran darah dan buatkan orang itu ada heart attack, like sakit jantung. Part Part 4. Formation and deposit of plaque on the artery wall. Okay, so we can see this picture. Ya. Semua subtopik 10.6 ini semua berkaitan dengan blood yang artery is clogged, macam artery itu tersumbat and cause the heart, the circulatory system disease occur. Yes, yeah. Yes, we can see this plaque that form from cholesterol lipid or dead muscle. Terus dia menyebabkan arteri itu tersumbat and the blood will flow back and yes, it will make the person have heart attack. Okay, so we go for this question. What is the treatment for a patient who suffers from heart failure? Okay, dalam apa yang saya cari di Google, it says you may need to take 2 or more medication to treat heart failure. Your doctor may prescribe other heart medication as well, such as nitrates for chest pain, statin to lower cholesterol or blood thinning medication to help prevent blood clots, along with heart failure medication. So, dia bilang kita perlu jumpa dokter untuk ambil medicines untuk prevent our heart failure. Ya, itulah tu, and doctor will tell and how to take that medication to treat the heart failure. So the next question, what are the factors that contributes to an individual risk of getting cardiovascular disease? So the factor is a diet that rich in lipids and low fiber, lack of exercise, obesity, and smoking. So these are the factors that contributes to an individual risk of getting cardiovascular disease. So we are at home, we also must exercise, even though we very lazy to do an exercise, but we must, and eat a lot of fiber to make sure our circulatory system will stable and good. So thank you for your listening.
I am Mary, would like to present about subtopic 10.6 health issue related to the human circulatory system. So, as we know, a healthy circulatory system is important to ensure optimum health. How do we ensure that our circulatory system is healthy? Among the practices for maintaining the circulatory system are a balanced intake of food that is low in fat and regular exercise. The practice of not smoking and not drinking alcoholic drinks also ensure a healthy circulatory system. So, cardiovascular disease include disease related to the heart and the blood circulatory system, such as Atherosclerosis, Arteriosclerosis, Angina, Hypertension, Myocardial Infarction, and stroke. So, the first one is Atrial Chlorosis, which is the formation and deposition of plaque on the artery wall. The plaque is formed from cholesterol, lipid, dead muscle tissue, and coagulated platelet. The plaque will clog and narrow the lumen in blood vessel. The second one is hypertension, which is caused by the restricted blood flow. Hypertension causes the fine arteries to break and the patient can suffer from stroke if this happens in the brain. Stroke also caused by blood clots, which is thrombus that clog the flow of blood in the brain. Next is Arteriosclerosis. Arteriosclerosis is the early stage of Atherosclerosis. It occurs when calcium is deposited on the placua and causes the artery to become hard and lose its elasticity. Apart from that, angina also will occur when the lumen of the coronary artery, which is artery for the heart, is narrow. The insufficient oxygen supply to the heart muscle can cause severe chest pain. The last one is Myocardial Infarction, or we call heart attack, will occur when the artery is completely clogged. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hey all, good morning. So for today I'm going to present my presentation and summary for the 10.6 health issue related to the human circulatory system. Okay, so I am Dexter Denis from class 4 Nilam. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys had a good day today. And so first, the necessity for a healthy circulatory system. Okay, why a circulatory system is very important for us. So it is because circulatory system always helps blood to flow back to the heart or flow to the brain to prevent us from getting diseases. So one way for us to maintain health for circulatory system is first, balance intake of food that is low in fat. Second, not smoking. And third, not drinking alcoholic drinks. So if one of our friends have this kind of habits, I guess you need to talk to them and stop them because they are ruining themselves. Okay, so next up we have cardiovascular diseases. Okay, these diseases are very dangerous for us. This is very dangerous for all people because this disease always happens not in a way that they show. Okay, so cardiovascular diseases include diseases related to the heart and the blood. So that's why circulatory system is very important. It always helps the blood to flow to the heart and to the brain. Okay, so the diseases are atherosclerosis, arteriosclerosis, angina, hypertension, myocardial infarction, and stroke. So arterial chlorosis is the first phase of atherosclerosis. So we jump into the cardiovascular diseases. So first, atherosclerosis. It is a formation and deposition of plaque on the artery walls. The plaque is formed from the cholesterol, lipid, dead muscle tissues, and coagulated platelets. The plaque will clog and narrow the lumen in blood vessels, causing less blood flows back. Second, we have hypertension. Hypertension causes fine arteries to break and patients can suffer from stroke if this happens in the brain. Stroke is also caused by blood clots that clog the flow of blood in the brain. Third, we have arteriosclerosis. So, just like I said, atherosclerosis is the early stage of arteriosclerosis. Arteriosclerosis occurs when calcium is deposited on the plaque and causes the artery to become hard and lose its elasticity. Lastly, we have the angina. If the lumen of coronary artery is narrowed, the insufficient oxygen supply to the heart muscles can cause angina, that is severe chest pain. Okay, if the artery is completely clogged, myocardial infarction, that is heart attack, will occur. That's why old people these days are very open to heart attack, and that's why we need to ensure them and talk to them and not giving them to smoke even more and drink alcoholic drink more. Okay, next up we have the picture of the formation and deposition of plaque on the artery wall. So we can see that this is how blood clots happens. So in the artery, the plaque is formed, and the plaque is the yellow one that looks like swollen thing, and blood clots restricts the flow of blood. Okay, so when blood clots happens, the heart will also the muscle tissue on the heart will also be dead. So if blood clots happens in the heart, that means hearts will also not being able to work. Okay, so lastly we will jump into the question. What is the meaning of myocardial infarction? It is heart attack. Explain how stroke happens. Stroke will happen when the blood clots impede blood flowing back to the brain. Third, in your opinion, what are the factors that contribute to an individual's risk of getting disease? Okay, in my opinion, even though we don't smoke, but we have to be cautious from the environment. Example, not being too close to a person that smokes, because passive smoker usually inhale more chemicals than the smoker. Number 4, last question. Explain how atherosclerosis happens. Atherosclerosis is a formation and deposition of plaque on the artery wall. Then the plaque is formed from cholesterols, lipids, dead muscle tissue, and coagulated platelets. After that, the plaque will clog and narrow the lumen in blood vessels, making less blood flow to the heart and brain. Okay, that is all from me. I hope you guys enjoy and